Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The Raven defense taking the field a few moments ago, and their all-time leading sack man, Terrell Suggs, was firing up the troops. They get set for what should be a good matchup with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
And what a bounce back from the knee injury he suffered in the 2015 season. Not the most nimble, most mobile quarterback, but he never was. He's really a throwback to those quarterbacks who played out of the pocket in the days gone by.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. K1 short, forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Flacco from the gun. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Fielded at the 20. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And when he's at the top of his game, you see that big smile, that's when you know everything is clicking. That means he's accurate throwing the football. They can't get him down in the run game, and his team is having a whole lot of fun because when they score a touchdown, some fan's going to get lucky and get the game ball.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. The shotgun snap for Newton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
The #1 asset for a pass rusher, his legs. And even in his mid-30s, Terrell Suggs has his firmly underneath him. Last season, 11 sacks, his 7th year of double-digit sacks. Still has all the pass rush moves in his arsenal and can continue to bull rush people in order to get quarterbacks on the ground.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Newton throwing again. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. The return man, Chris Moore. And the Ravens taking the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's 3rd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating off play action, Flacco. He's going deep for Brook. And got his man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, 76 yards. And the Ravens are in for 6. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether it's one safety, sometimes you get 2 guys in there, either run routes at them so they have to cover them, or somehow freeze them by running underneath them and hoping to draw them towards the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 2. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the 1st quarter of play. It's a tight game here early. We're back to Baltimore after this. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. He uncorks it for Snead. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The strong safety, Mike Adams, that time. They're in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Flacco. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Now Flacco. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Play action. It's Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. To throw is Newton. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Newton. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From the 50, Newton. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
It was funny during the draft process. Someone said to me, well, whoever takes Christian McCaffrey, as it turned out, it was Carolina. How are they going to use him? Is he going to be an every down back? Is he going to be a 3rd down guy? They're going to use him in the slot? I mean, what are they going to do with him? And I just said, yes.
All of that.
No doubt about it. This kid can do it all.
And he did a nice job there out of the backfield to pick up the first. On first down, Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing again is Newton. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Newton now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. To the air again, Newton. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Again, Newton. This will be caught just inside the 10. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther 1st down. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Out of the gun, Newton. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Newton. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the 2nd. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Moore now to return. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too, as we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Newton. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Flacco here on second down. And he floated one out there incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To pass, Flacco. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Flacco from the gun. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here's the Ravens defense as they head back out there now. Coming off a fumble recovery there on the last time they were out on the field, so we'll see what they do here.
And once that happens, everybody wants to get involved. All right, whoever created the last one, they're going to get the praise in the film session. You want that praise yourself, so you know everyone's going to be attacking the football.
Yeah, we'll see if they can attack it, get hungry, and get another turnover. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Spinning again. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 75 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. The drive starts with a run by Collins, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A 1st down pickup there, Flacco to Crabtree. Flacco now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run the counter with Collins, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
And again, it's Collins. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Oh, fighting off the defender. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, Flacco. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. High throw, but the catch is made. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Flacco now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Once more, it's Flacco. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Flacco will take to the air again. Crabtree with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A red zone first down for Flacco. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a give to Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Marshall Yanda.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Flacco. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Crabtree, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the two-point conversion. Setting to throw, Flacco. And this will be incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for two there, right? Up one. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll look to throw. And right with it here over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. It's caught by Funchess. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Got a man, it's right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. To throw is Newton. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Handoff comes to Anderson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Newton to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run Anderson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. This to almost certainly win the football game. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Moore now on the return. One last gasp for Flacco. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.